everyone, I'm Becky,
And I'm Sarah.
and we're doing Bickering Book Reviews. Today we're talking about Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey, which I got off of NetGalley.
Yes, same.
It took you a minute. So this book,
Like I haven't used Edelweiss in a long time.
I haven't either. Um, this book takes place in like the Napa Valley area, which I've never been to Napa Valley, but there's something like in my mind that makes it like very fairy tale-esque. And I don't drink wine, but there's something about like vineyards and like all of that that just seems like very romantic and beautiful and
My only context for Napa Valley is The Parent Trap with Lindsay Lohan. So like that's kind of what was running through my mind throughout this whole book.
so
What is that?
okay.
And it didn't help that the main character's name is Hallie, and like one of the main characters in the
That's true.
Parent Trap's name is Hallie, and so I'm like,
That is true.
it was the thing. It happened.
So like we were saying, this book takes place in Napa Valley, and the main character is Hallie. And her grandmother was kind of like the go-to gardener in Napa Valley. And she dealt with all like the estates and like the private homes and all that stuff. And her grandmother passed away and she left the estate to she got the business. So Hallie finds out that on the big fancy vineyard, their son, who's now a professor at Stanford named Julian, has come home for the summer and she hasn't seen him in years. And Julian had been like her high school crush. They had had an almost moment. And she basically kind of had built her whole like romantic fantasy around him. And so she gets into a position where she can interact with him, and he is like the opposite of her. She is all like wheeling and wild child, and he's very like, I must stick to my schedule and I'm very prim and proper. But they're drawn to each other. And it's kind of about, will they act on that and how will that look when they do?
I really like this book. I really liked all of the characters. Like I really enjoyed them. And I enjoyed getting to know them, and they were distinct and unique from each other, and like it didn't all blend, so that felt good. Um, I don't know. I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed how they developed. Kind of Hallie had this crush on Julian for years, but I like how it developed as far as like it didn't just fall into like she's falling in love with this caricature or like this guy that she built up in her mind. It really kind of gets into like she liked him for these specific reasons because she would watch him and like see like him doing kind of these selfless acts and different things that like her feelings seemed more genuine to me, and like so the kind of relationship, the way it built and how quickly it built felt more believable because it felt like there was um lots of substance behind it.
I think it helped that you got to kind of be like, you aren't, it's told in the third person, but you are still like in their heads. So
Mhm.
like his attraction is explained and her attraction, and like the talk of like infatuation versus love and all of that. I liked this book too. I thought it was fun. I liked the characters. I liked the secondary characters. I like that there was growth, like in both ways, like they kind of grew towards each other personality wise. I thought that like she was quirky, but she wasn't like manic pixie dream girl over the top. You wouldn't believe it. And like he was very, very like controlled, but at the same time, I'm like, you see, like they were believable characters. Like they weren't like these over the top stereotypes, so that the trope worked better. I
Yeah,
kind
I'm
of
like
feel like I don't have much else to say because like to get into the nitty gritty, kind of like the flirting was good. The sizzly scenes were very sizzly.
yeah.
Um, the banter was fun. The interactions I like. There's going to be another book about his sister, and I would read that.
When I read that, like as I was going through it and like read that, I was really excited. And so I'm like finishing this book and I'm excited to read the next book. So to me, I think that that really says something about this book that like I'm excited to continue on in this world.
Yes. I kept wondering, Lavanya, which I've read a bunch of Tessa Bailey books, but Lavanya and her husband who ran the Fudge Judy, I was like, were they in a book? Because didn't it feel like they should have had their own book?
Yeah, it did feel like that way.
But I don't. I haven't come across that book. And like I said, I have read a bunch of her books. Do we have anything else to say or do we want to read it?
You can rate
So
it.
system starts at the top with 5 unicorns. We go down to 2 unicorns. If we don't like it, it's a horse.
I went with 4 unicorns. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I like the world. I like the characters. It was good.
I'm like at 3.5, and I don't know if I want to go up to 4 or stay at a 3. And I think part of that is just like I'm not in a good reading place, but I did enjoy it. So I think for some reason I'm going to stay with 3. I don't know why, but I would recommend it. I would enjoy it, and I would read the next book.
Yeah, it was good.
That is where we are on Secretly Yours, and we'll see you around.
Bye.
Bye.